So this is like a silent film style short. It reminds me very much Charlie Chaplin-esque, using a lot of physicality and movement to tell a story, but instead of the clumsy like Charlie Chaplin moves, it was more so dancing, but still in a very like um relying heavily on the body shape style, and then there would be various freeze frames where the movement would adjust and we would see like the old movement walking back into herself from various positions within the frame until like she collects herself and becomes like one. um I saw a lot of references to umbrellas, which to me also took me back to that sort of Charlie Chaplin feel. I don't know how the title relates per se, um, but yeah, I thought it was just very interesting to see that style in a modern way.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of internal conflict sort of going on, internal and external. Um, that I guess internal conflict that manifests itself in the external. So this character is clearly struggling with a sort of issue that it may have been just going with along with the name of the short after the rain. So it's sort of like coming down off of this high, off of this place of being placed on a pedestal after this sort of um, superior position. Once that is sort of removed from you, there's this sort of space where you have to now kind of go through a existential sort of crisis. Who am I outside of whatever this space has been? So that's what I sort of got from it, and I think it was really powerfully placed, especially with the umbrellas rolling past the sort of opportunities and whatever it may have been that this person once might have had, and it's sort of leaving you, and how do you sort of deal with that? So um, yeah, that's what I got from the short, and I think it was very poetic as well.
A very unorthodox dance piece here. I've never seen one done like this. This is very interesting. It's interesting the effect being used of her, being multiples of her being on the screen there. I had not seen that used in a dance piece like this before. It has almost kind of a bullet time kind of a feel to it or something. I'm not sure what to call it, but it has a very off kilter feel to it that works really well for this piece. And the dancer, she did a great job, and she also acted well. Like her performance just as an actor was excellent as well. We could tell that she was going through something for sure. The use of all the umbrellas, the gas station, the effects, presenting to us a sort of fragmented and unusual dance piece. Everything was very effective, and I like the music too. The music was strange and kind of off kilter and off putting in a good way.
I really loved it because even though it was so short, it was so charming. The actress had wonderful comedic timing. She was very entertaining to watch. All of her movements were they were very fluid and demonstrated a lot of control, even though she was definitely playing a more comedic role for the camera. She definitely had like a Charlie Chaplin kind of vibe. So it was super cute. Yeah, it was really adorable. I loved it.
My favorite thing about this one was the still frames, like the way that the editing was used to kind of. It reminded me a lot of if you've ever seen those TikTok videos where the person is still, but then they're also moving, and they jump into those still frames, and then that still frame disappears, and they, like it. Some of them get very creative, and it reminded me a lot of that, where the frozen versions of our dancer were kind of used to build set pieces and different layouts that were able to be played with, and I found that very creative and very interesting.
Had great editing. I think that was the highlight for me for that one. It was an excellent performance by the actress. It was had a bright and lively tone.
Like the slow motion, almost dance like aspect of After the Rain Confusion. I think it made it really interesting visually, and I enjoyed the creativity with the editing and the posing, and even just the concept. I think it worked well.